Parliament, you should be able to know where fire extinguishers are, and how you should be able to use it. You should know the escape routes. I only got to know one escape route when there was a bomb blast at the gate. That's when I got to know that there was one escape route. So even us ourselves here, we should be able to know. Yes, procedure.
Encourage our people to be vigilant and avoid certain unfortunate incidences, because people were rushing to go and siphon fuel, hoping to make some money for the day. Unfortunately, they met their death. Hopefully, we can keep encouraging our people to be on the lookout and to avoid certain grievous incidences. Finally, I also would like to call upon government. Let's help these people. Let's support them as expeditiously as we possibly can. Many have died. Many are in hospital. They need support. Let's support them. An accident happened. We hope the investigation report comes out soonest, but in the meantime, let us support these people. And Right Honourable Speaker, while we are talking about those who died in the fire and those who were injured, the nearby shops, a couple of them actually got burnt, and the people have lost merchandise worth millions of shillings. Government, let's support these people. An accident did happen. Let's reach out to our citizens with support. Right Honourable Speaker, via Rule 53, I would like to present this very brief report of the oversight visit that I carried out with some colleagues to Etteeka Sugar Factory on 7th October 2024. I want to begin by tabling a copy of this report. Honourable Speaker and colleagues, the Shadow Cabinet conducted an oversight visit on Monday 7th October 2024 at Etteeka Sugar Factory in Amuru District to assess its operational status, economic impact, and challenges. The factory, located in northern Uganda, is a government-supported initiative aimed at reviving the sugar industry in the region, providing employment and promoting economic development in post-conflict areas. Etteeka Sugar Factory is an investment located in Etteeka, as I have mentioned, Amuru District, that was initiated by a private company called Horial Investments Holding Company Limited, hereinafter called Horial. It was incorporated on 11th April 2013 as a private limited liability company with the aim of setting up a plant to process sugarcane into sugar and its byproducts. The Etteeka Sugar Factory began as a private community partnership in the sense that land was provided by the people of northern Uganda. The construction of the company was envisaged as a milestone in facilitating economic recovery in northern Uganda through creation of thousands of jobs for local workers. Additionally, the factory would also promote women empowerment, since they would become the main suppliers of sugarcane. However, Horial soon contracted very expensive short-term credit from a number of financial institutions for purposes of setting up the factory. Upon experiencing difficulty in serving the expensive loans, Horial sought for financial support from government of Uganda on the grounds that this investment was very strategic for the people of northern Uganda. The factory was officially launched on 22nd October 2020. The capacity of this plant in phase 1 was targeted at 1,650 tons of cane crushed per day, to be expandable to 3,500 tons of cane crushed in phase 2, 5,000 in phase 3. According to the shareholder agreement that Government of Uganda through UDC signed with Horial, government intervention would be solely for the purposes of completion of the factory up to phase 1. Unfortunately, despite government intervention in this factory, production at the Etteeka Sugar Factory was halted on account of persistent shortage of sugarcane and was closed in 2022 April. Between financial year 2017-2018 to financial year 2019-2020, Government of Uganda, through its investment arm, Uganda Development Corporation, progressively purchased and acquired equity shares worth 81 billion shillings in Horial. During financial year 2017-2018, UDC provided 2 shareholder loans worth 20 billion and through NADS released 54.68 billion in financial year 2019-2020 to support sugarcane outgrowers in Amuru and Lamu districts in order to sustain sugarcane supply to this factory. Additionally, Government of Uganda made available a transport subsidy worth 16 billion shillings in financial year 2019-2020 to transport sugarcane from Busoga to Atiak. All this investment had the sole objective of enabling Horial to complete the factory to phase 1. In financial year 2021-2022, UDC, through a supplementary budget, provided 108 billion meant for mechanization and shares, and in financial year 2022-2023, government, through UDC, added 274.1 billion meant for preference shares. Unknown today is the total percentage shares that government of Uganda has in Horial, because it has continuously injected more funds into this company since the acquisition of equity shares has broken down. I've provided a table, and the minister will take a look at that. The total investment, both direct and indirect investment, as we speak today, is 553.71 billion shillings. 553.71 billion shillings. It's against the above background that I went with colleagues for this oversight visit with a couple of objectives. One, to evaluate the factory's production capacity, the current operational status and its economic contribution to Uganda's economy. Two, to examine the involvement of local farmers and outgrower schemes in the sugar production chain. Three, to assess the accountability and transparency mechanisms in this factory's operations. Four, to identify any operational, financial or infrastructural challenges faced by the factory. Five, to review the extent of government support and private sector partnerships in the development of this factory. These were some of our findings. One, the factory is currently non-operational, not producing any sugar, and this raises concerns given government's intervention over the years. Management intimated that the reason for non-production is because sugarcane is not readily available. All this despite the huge investment by government. Two, there were ongoing civil and infrastructure development works at the factory, such as construction of water reservoirs and an irrigation system, although they are behind schedule. Management said to us that they hope to get more funding from government to aid with the irrigation. Three, the management of this factory has abandoned the earlier model of planting 60,000 acres of sugarcane from Atiak across to Lamu through farmer cooperatives, and has now instead resorted to planting 25,000 acres of sugarcane in Atiak, owned by the factory. Despite the factory being non-operational for a couple of years, it spends 200 liters of diesel on a daily basis, running turbines apparently to prevent the machines from rusting and malfunctioning. This regular expenditure is disturbing given that there is no production going on. There has been slow delivery of machinery to fast-track mechanization of this factory. At the time of the visit, only some of the required equipment had been delivered, yet these are also incomplete and without the necessary accessories. Uganda Development Corporation, which is supposed to be the overseer of this project on behalf of Government of Uganda, has limited or no presence at all at the operations of the factory. Management told us that the factory's sugarcane plantation, totaling 7,900 acres, had been burnt down in December 2020, and this also affected operations. However, the cause for the fire was unknown. Despite the heavy financial investment of 553.71 billion by government in this joint venture, what is on ground is not commensurate with this investment. It raises questions about whether this is not another white elephant.
It's a procedure matter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Wouldn't it be fair?
Also provide timely market information to stakeholders and monitor coffee prices on a daily basis, including price changes on the London and New York commodity exchanges, and translate these prices into equivalent local prices on a daily basis. Committee observation.
To
run on and then fire put a strong trench. And now different homesteads were affected.
The people who lost their lives, and also wish those ones who are injured a quick recovery. There are two things I want to point out. The first one, without prejudice to the skills and the entrepreneurship of Ugandans, many tanks are fabricated for different purposes here in Kampala. For example, for ferrying water, but because of the challenges in the business environment, they are turned into fuel transportation.
Water bowsers into fuel tankers.
Exactly. So for one to transport fuel, there are standards that must be met to take care of even extreme conditions of accident. That even when a tanker falls down, if it has made to standard, it becomes very difficult for the fuel to spill out. So what we would expect from government is to either initiate a process of re-inspecting all the tankers moving around the country, especially the ones that are carrying fuel, immediately with a view of enhancing the safety. But secondly, to also carry out a comprehensive investigations. We cannot rely on personal observations of what took place. What if somebody deliberately, for example, opened the fuel to spill over and lit the fire? So accidents that happen in this country, I don't know why they are investigated and the reports are held in secrecy. And we allow the public and citizens to keep guessing what happened. Recently, or far back, about some month ago, a very high-profile accident happened in this country, including involving one of the high-profile figures in this country. Up to now, there is no preliminary report that has been released where a whole Deputy Speaker of Parliament is involved in an accident, air accident, which is required under the International Convention for Air Organization, ICAO. That reports must be released in public. So I invite government on this particular one to do a thorough public investigation and release the report so that in future safety measures can be put in place. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Report on that. Let's hear from government. I'm coming.
Mr. Speaker, we equally join the rest of fellow countrymen and women in mourning and conveying our condolences as government to the families of the victims of the accident turned disaster. From the spirit of the debate, Right Honourable Speaker, there are 3 ministries that should come and brief Parliament on the issues that members are raising. One is the Ministry of Works and Transport on the road safety.
There is a procedural matter. Parliament, you should be able to know where fire extinguishers are and how you should be able to use it. You should know the escape routes. I only got to know one escape route when there was a bomb blast at the gate. That's when I got to know that there was one escape route. So even us ourselves here, we should be able to know. Yes, procedure?
I don't know why the chief and government, if I got his title right the last time he enlisted them here, is so eager to speak when you are still raising issues that will require his answer. I thought, Madam Speaker, with your indulgence, that he will allow us to raise all the issues related to this matter, and then he will come to give an answer at the end. Municipality, which is
Honorable, what is the procedure matter?
the procedure issue I have raised it, that won't it be procedure right for government to answer when we have all raised issues relating to
raising. Can you respond to what was raised as we will get other issues?
For the ruling, I was saying in the spirit of the debate, it touches on 3 government ministries. The Ministry of Works and Transport on road safety, the Ministry of Energy on the guidelines as highlighted by the honourable colleague who was holding the floor, Then on the Ministry of Internal Affairs, that will be charged with the responsibility of investigating the circumstances surrounding the accident that led to the death of fellow countrymen and women. In the circumstances, Right Honourable Speaker, I would suggest with your concurrence that the Ministry of Internal Affairs, that is charged with the responsibility of investigating, be given an opportunity, because I know the matter is still under investigation, but they can give us their preliminary findings from what has happened.
Including transport.
No problem, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But I got scared when I saw what happened yesterday.
What were you going to do?
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, an accident is an accident, but some are preventable. Like yesterday, Right Honourable Speaker, I propose if at every regional police station we had a fire brigade, at least some few people would have been saved.
As we talk about fire brigades, it is on you. How much money have you budgeted for each police station to have a fire brigade? You are the ones who give the money.
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker, you have said right.
Honourable members, my work is only to chair the House. When it is budgeting time, you should be able to budget for fire brigades, more fire brigades. For me, when it comes to the House, I only do the chairing. So, Omar Patrick help me. You should not put a blame on me.
Right Honourable